Dehatmana samsthita eva kami. Vilakshanah kamayita katham syat. Atortha sandhana paratvameva. Veda prasakya bhavabandha hetuhu. Dehatmana samsthitaha eva kami vilakshanaha kamayita katham syat ataha arthasandhana paratvam eva atorthasandhana parattvameva Veda prasakya bhavabandha hetuhu. Will you grasp this point very well? There is something called Bheda Buddhi. What? Bheda means difference. Bheda Buddhi means that intelligence which is given to idea of differences, that differential notion. This is the very cause of worldliness. Only because your mind fosters ideas like 2, 3, more and many, the question of our being active, having desire, effort for fulfilling desire, then the fulfillment, outcome, all these arise. So Bheda Buddhi is the cause of every trouble. This samsara itself can be defined as a product and an outcome of differential outlook. Is it clear? Will you accept it? Dehatmana samsthita eva kami. Kami, the man of passion, the man of desire. Dehatmana samsthitaha eva. Only when you feel that I am the body, I am the body, I am the body, the question of desire arises. If you think that you are a body, your body is separate and distinct from the rest of the things, naturally we will feel, I want to have this, I want to have that, I don't want to have this. Whenever we speak about body consciousness, people are not able to understand it. Body consciousness is that consciousness or awareness when you feel I am a born body and I am a dying body. And considerations based upon this concept. This is called body consciousness. It is not that awareness that you have about the body. That is not. Consciousness which starts working on the basis that I am the body was born. It is going to die. And remaining in the body, I am doing a variety of activities. I have a number of dependencies. I want this, I want that. All these notions. Only when a man is thinking that I am the body, Dehatmana, Deha Atma. Atma means the I, Deha means the body. When you feel I am the body, only for such a man the question of desiring and being desireful arises. Is it clear or not? Say you sleep, you have no body consciousness there. Does anybody desire in sleep? The desire can arise only when there exists a second factor or a third factor or many factors. When our senses are functional, the senses perceive objects as different from oneself. Our body means the senses. Only when the senses are employed, they become active. The question of objects and their existence and their consciousness, all these arise. Vilakshanaha kamayita katham syat. Vilakshanaha. Suppose you understand that I have a body, but I am not the body. So the question necessarily arises, who is this I? If I am different from the body, then so many objects I get on account of the body. Will any of the objects mean anything to me who is different from the body? Are you able to understand? See, I want to eat. Why am I eating? Because I have a stomach, I have a mouth, and I have hunger. All these are outcomes produced by the body. So when I am getting the food, I am eating. Where am I eating? I am putting it into the mouth, and the stuff goes to the stomach, which is again part of the body, and there is a feeling of appeasement of hunger. Suppose I am different from the body, do you think this food will do anything to me? Thoda soch kar boliye na.
No, sir.
See, the wonderful point. If you are different from the body, the entire world becomes non-essential. An object or a color or a shape I see because of my eyes. Suppose I am blind, we don't have eyes. Do you think any colorful object or shapeful object will be of any consequence to us? Now this is a process that you have to develop in your mind. Spirituality is an introspectional process pursued. Vilakshana kamayita katham syat. The moment you accept fundamentally that I am different from the body, there can never be a desire or its promotion or furtherance. Ataha, therefore, arthasandhana parattvameva. Arthasandhana parattvameva. Bheda prasakya bhavabandha hetuhu. The entire metempsychosis, the entire worldliness, don't say world, worldliness. The idea of worldliness in us, the feeling that I was born, I am living, my body will fall. Between these 2 points, the birth of the body and the death of the body is the tenor called life. And during this life, I have to do many things. I have to enjoy, I have to suffer. All these notions come only because of artha sandhana paratvam. Because you allow yourself to think about so many objects around you. As long as you are lingering with the objects and their contemplation, that is the reason for bheda prasatya, the differential outlook that you have. There are parents who have a child. Because they have a child, they are saying we must have one more child. If they have no child at all, they will not think of a second child. Because first child is there, they think we must have another one. And because the children are there, something else is to be done. So it's always because of your mind fostering the ideas about objects. Now the question arises, does any one of these objects ever add to your inner personality? When a child is born, what is happening? He becomes a product of thought and imagination in your mind. Does your inner personality ever increase? Is there any addition? Then what can the objects do for us? They will remain only separate from us. None of them is going to enter your mind within and give you a joy or something else. Then what are these objects for? I think it is something very, very interesting. See, none of these objects is going to enter our mind, take a place there. Because the objects remain outside. They are gross, they are physical. None of them can enter your mind within to give you an experience. All that you will have is, these are mine. A notion is there in your mind. I have a son. I am a father. When you say, I have a son, has the consciousness or has the mind in you increased in its size? Why are you keeping quiet? Does the mind increase because a son is born? And does the son at any point of time, birth itself is what? The son separation, the child separation from the womb, that is actually birth. So the child itself we consider to have been born when he becomes separated from the body and he remains constantly separate. Then what in him is going to join you? Huh? So we are totally under a delusion. Bheda prasatya bhavabandha hetuhu artha sandhana paratvam. Your addiction to think about the objects, give them a place and importance in your mind, to be mentally linked with them. It is this habit, this indulgence that promotes and perpetuates worldliness for you. I am explaining, but are you understanding?
Yes.
See, actually it is a mind factor. This let us understand. Even that there is a body, it is a notion in your mind. Whether you have a body, it is impossible to say. But you have a feeling that I have a body. Why I say you have a feeling? Because when you sleep, what happens?
Nobody.
So out of the 24 hours, 7 or 8 hours of the day, you have no body. Then how do you say you have a body? So I have a body is actually a notion. And even in the wakeful hours, suppose you meditate also and get absorbed, even within the wakefulness, in meditative absorption, the body idea completely goes. In Malaysia, I initiated one Mr. Dyer. When he sat with him and I initiated him, at the end of it, he started, oh, I have no body, where have I gone? I did not smile, I wanted to smile. See, he got into a state where he felt he had no body. I have told you earlier also, in the Himalayas, there is a valley of flowers. I don't know whether you have gone there or heard about it. I have only heard about it and read about it. The moment you go there, you lose your identity. When you breathe that air, nobody will be able to remember who he is. The whole memory is gone. You will still be living, but you have forgotten everything. They say it should have been declared as one of the wonders of the world. People who are intellectual, very proud, etc., some of them were taken there. And the moment they go there, everything is gone. See, even when we are living, there is a condition called dementia. What happens? Your memory is lost. We don't remember anything. Many functions of the mind get lost while you are living itself. And we still think that when the body is lost, our mind will still survive. The mind is developed after the birth of the body. And the mind sometimes disappears when you are still alive. Such a mind will survive after the body falls. But still people have a feeling. They are writing letters to me. Dehatmana samsthita eva kami vilakshana kamaida katham syat adortha sandhana paratvameva bheda prasatya bhavabandha hetuhu. See, in Yoga Vasishta there is a verse. I have said it earlier also. I will connectedly say about this now. Chittam karanam arthanam. What? Chittam karanam arthanam. Tasmin sadi jagatrayam. Tasmin kshine jagat kshinam. Tat chikitsyam prayatnataha. Chittam karanam arthanam. Artha means the object. The objects can be external gross and also internal subtle. In that way, thought is an object, emotion is an object, knowledge is an object, ego is an object, intelligence is an object, doubt is an object, everything becomes an object, either external or internal. Now he says, Vasishtha says, Chittam karanam arthanam. Mind is the sole source and cause of all the objects in this world. Do you agree or disagree? Very easy, no problem. But how do you agree? Have you thought about it? Mind is the cause of all objects in this world. Shall I explain it? Will you understand? We speak about the world. We speak about the world. When do you speak about the world? The moment you wake up. The moment you wake up, you see the world, understand the world. In sleep, you never understood it. It was not there. Now this waking up, is it taking place because of the world, or you yourself independently wake up? Are you sure? For your waking up, the world does nothing. The moment you wake up, suddenly you open your eyes. The moment your eyes are open, then only the visible world comes into expression. Now you may extend the argument, Swamiji, when you wake up you see the world, when you sleep the world is not, but for the others it is there. For whom? For the others who are wakeful, let them also sleep. Let all of us sleep. Will there be the world? So in the emergence of the world, what is the proof for it? Your experience of the world is the proof for its existence. Is it clear or not? Huh? Yes. Will you agree? Yes. And will you be governed by this knowledge? Right. See, I must experience an entity or an existence, then only it becomes valid for me. So our experience is the proof for the world. All people are seeing the world. All people are experiencing the world. I agree. But I ask you, do we experience the world throughout our life? Throughout the day? No. As we are experiencing the world, we also do not experience it. When do we experience it? When we wake up, not when the world wakes up. We wake up. Now, do you agree that this wakefulness is completely belonging to you and it is resting upon you? This wakefulness completely rests upon you. Sleep also is resting upon you. At one time you sleep, at another time you wake up. So this waking up which takes place in you, then alone the wakefulness reveals the world. Now, shall I say now, the birth of the world is from your wakefulness. See, this is philosophy, my dear souls. We are ransacking into the area of knowledge. There only intelligence and its reasoning, penetration alone will be able to work. No objective science can apply here. Because mind is not experimentable by external sciences. Consciousness can never be accessed by any external experimentation. So this is an area completely debarred for objective sciences. But the canons or standards on which objective sciences are based, the same are available, are used here also. So this has to be accepted. When you wake up, this world suddenly appears as a result. Suppose you wake up and your eyes are not functional, ears are not functional, nose is not functional, tongue and skin also are not functional. Even then, will you have the world? These senses are in you, not in the world. When we wake up, the senses begin to be active. When the senses begin to be active, sights, sounds, smell, touch and taste, all of them come up. And they come up where? They come up to you. They are not remaining outside. The sun rises in the morning. The sun doesn't come to you. You don't go to him. The sun's rays are passing through the cornea, and by a contact you are experiencing the sun. Clear or not? By a contact you are experiencing the sun. All senses are contact. The sun rays or the light rays will have to touch the cornea. Similarly, the smell, the air will have to pass through the nose holes. The taste article will have to be placed on the tongue. The touch will have to touch the skin. So everywhere it is contact. Don't think that it is non-contact. When I catch hold of an object like this, exactly so I am seeing. Because these rays are falling and then going inside. Now, am I right to say then, the world is an outcome, is an effect produced by wakefulness?
Yes. Yes.
Chittam karanam arthana. For all the objects, mind is the source and cause. Tasmin sadi, when the mind is present, jagat trayam, all the three worlds are there. What are the three worlds? The sudden explanation is that bhu bhuvaha swaha. Who knows about them? About Bhumi we know. About the other worlds we don't know, they are not experiential. The three worlds are the Jagrat world, the Sushupti world and the Swapna world. These are the three. When the mind is there, all the three worlds are there. Tasmin kshine. Tasmin? When the mind becomes thinner, and it becomes extinct, so to say, the world also becomes extinct. Therefore, Rama, tat chikitsyam prayatnataha. You have to treat this kind of a mind. Don't treat the mind as a slave of the world. Treat the mind as a cause and a source of the world, as a master of the world. Are you prepared to do it?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Chittam karanamarthanam tasmin sadi jagatrayam tasmin kshine jagatshidam tat chikitsyam prayatnataha. That is what we are mentioning here. Ataha arthasandhana paratvameva bheda prasatya bhavabandha heduhu. For all the bondage caused by worldliness, understand very clearly, it is that differential outlook which our wakefulness brings about and perpetuates. I don't know whether you have experienced it. In acute sickness, when the body becomes weak, you are unable to get up. Do you think the world will be strongly there in your mind? Huh? Even your own children, when they come, you won't be interested in seeing. When the body is weak, when the mind becomes thin, what should be the effect then? Think about it. Karya pravardhanat bija pravurdhihi paridrishyate karyanashat bijanashaha tasmat karyam nirodhayed. Karya pravardhanat bija pravurdhih paridrishyate കാര്യനാശാത് ബീജനാശഃ തസ്മാത് കാര്യം നിരോധയേത്. കാര്യപ്രവർധനാത് ബീജപ്രവൃദ്ധിഃ. Why all of you are not attempting? We have started it years back. Why don't you spend some time? കാര്യപ്രവർധനാത് ബീജപ്രവൃദ്ധിഃ. കാര്യപ്രവർധനാത് ബീജപ്രവൃദ്ധിഃ. പരിദൃശ്യത്തെ കാര്യനാശാത് ബീജനാശഃ. തസ്മാത് കാര്യം. Will you say it in full? കാര്യനാശാത് ബീജനാശസ്തസ്മാത് കാര്യം. നിരോധയേത്. There is an inseparable bond between cause and effect.